Kerrit Podcast. Podcast, good song.
Yeah, this sounds like something carrots could grow to.
Crunch into us. What's up, Doc? What are we doing?
I don't know.
Fuck them. Crunch.
We are surrounded by serialized art, from a film series with 7 sequels to a book series with 20 entries, from a television show where zombies tear people limb from limb to a band or musical artist 3-concept album arc. The possibilities are endless. Thus, this is something serial.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Are we doing hats today? I didn't know that.
It doesn't matter.
Well, hang on.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
I don't know if this counts.
Are we doing masks too? I didn't know that.
Fuck.
Hold
Let's just Can you imagine? I swear, here's an idea for you. It's a movie, okay? And it's about how we are infected with a disease, and it's through social media. So I could be talking to you right now, and all of a sudden I go crazy and I murder people.
I'm sorry, I can't hear you with this mask on. I can't breathe!
Dude, I love people. Someone was talking to me, and they're like, yeah, I just kind of wonder what the long-term effects are of wearing a mask. I was like, what do you mean?
I don't know. You fucks don't care about deforestation, so I don't know. Fuck you. God,
I was like, there's none. That's why you don't know about them.
Jesus. You could get meningococcitis. Like, well, that's not true.
Well, don't worry, everybody. Here's my apartment view. There's someone with a... That's dangerous. That guy could get run over by a bus really easily.
In the street.
Yeah.
Well,
I'll show you how scary a bus is in that general area, so you can see. If you're really quick, you can see the... Can you hear me okay? You can see the douchebags speeding through. You know why I've become old is because I'll hear the sound of a speeding car echoing off the buildings before it gets here, and I zoom over to my window to like yell, "You son of a, like, slow down!"
You're the old man.
I watch
on
them
the grass.
zoom by. Yeah, it's awful.
Well, hey, before we get to the episode, welcome everybody. This is the Kerrit Podcast.
And I'm Kevin.
Something serial.
Yeah,
it's another episode. So exciting! By the time you hear this, like, we've recorded these in advance. Yeah, but so right now, Trump has COVID. So there's that.
Does he? I didn't know.
Do you see that today? So this is the moment that today. It's a little bit of current events, and then we'll move on. But today he said that getting COVID was a blessing from God.
Well, in some ways, I think you can look at it as that to be going on an experience, and all experiences. Job lost his whole first family when he was touched by God, so he got a family back. I think I forget.
Hermano.
Yeah. So.
Oh, are we talking that Job Bluth?
I never understood that. Job is not spelled G-O-B in the Bible, so I never understood. They called him Job.
It's so...
Don't like, call him that.
They're probably so dumb that they think that's how it's supposed to be spelled, or they're putting a new twist on it. But
it is weird because they're not a religious family, and I don't know if it's like a religious joke because he keeps... he doesn't really lose anything. There's nothing really symbolically represented in Job's character that's biblical.
No.
Job?
Other than performing miracles, he's a magic man.
He is, but does Job... I don't think Job performs miracles.
But it's biblical.
Yeah, but that's such a stretch.
It is a stretch. I just thought of it.
It's true. I mean, you're right. I mean, you can stretch anything if that's the case. It's like, well, of course, because I don't have a thing to say here.
Here's it. Here's a stretch. You can stretch. This also happened today. You can stretch defending the terrorists that were going to abduct Gretchen Whitmer in Michigan, the militia group that planned like literal a plot, just like John Wilkes Booth had against fucking Abraham Lincoln, tons of plots against. That's literally what happened today.
I did hear about that.
It's hilarious.
You know, I struggle to wonder how they would have the wherewithal to accomplish such a task.
They're white. I
don't know. Whatever. I don't care. I mean, it's almost there. We're almost there, guys. We'll see what happens in a month.
I know. So yeah, this will probably air a month from now. Maybe. Who knows? Well, it'll be up soon, but it's also in advance. But I want to keep it in. I don't give a fuck. What are we going to cut time? Here's something else to fill the time for the people on YouTube. This is fun. I got this in advance today. This happened. So by the time this goes out, the thing will have already been shipped officially, but I got it early. I got the Friday the 13th Blu-ray Collection. Look at that. I'm so excited to have this.
Look at that artwork.
I know. It's so great. Oh my God.
Is Freddy versus Jason in it?
It is. Jason X is also in it, and for some reason it's upside down. Can you see that?
Wait, hang on. I can't. Oh, it is. That is weird.
Yeah.
Oh my God, don't open that. That's got to be worth something.
I mean, I have, but I want to open it. I bought it for me.
I know, but dude, that's the one you gotta look at it because it's sealed and it's upside down. That's so random. Does that make it worth more? Is the real question.
See, that's a good question. Okay, I was gonna say I'll unbox it on here, but I'm gonna hold on to it. Okay, good.
I do like unboxing. I must say. I don't think you should, but I think I would love unboxing videos. Let me try one. This is a copy of The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. It is open already, so let's see what's inside. Looks like we have the disc, and there's a nice recycle symbol. It's very thin paper, because you can see the poster through the symbol, and that's it. That's that. That was fun.
I want to see Kevin unboxing videos. It's funny because normally the unboxing videos, they flip the camera around so it just shows the thing unboxing. But
they need to show the human reactions.
You're doing it like, here's my face and also a thing that's already been open.
Hi, everyone. As you know from listening to this podcast, I got a brand new TV. Here's the remote that came with it. This is the volume, and here's the channel. And if you open it up, there are batteries in it. Now, these batteries are AAA, and they came with the TV.
Now, you'd think that we'd stop using batteries. You know what I mean? Isn't that weird? For TVs, we still use batteries. Like,
I know.
You have to buy these. Is there like a deal between battery, like Duracell companies and also controller companies? Makes me wonder.
How would you do it? I mean, you could do like a calculator. Like they've solar-powered calculators for like 30 years. Why don't we put that technology into a remote? That thing's awesome.
You know why? Because we don't want a Green New Deal. You're Republican now. We don't want to have...
Kevin, this is a water bottle.
But Kevin...
If you open it up, there's some water inside of it. It does not smell old.
That's good. I love these people who are like, my coal job is going to go away. And it's like, is that your passion? Is that your thing? Is that your career? That's your career. No, it's just a job that you don't really care about. Interesting, because when there are new solar jobs, you could get a job there.
But then, you know, that movie October Sky came out, and that's about coal mining. And that joke in Zoolander wouldn't work anymore. So I think in a lot of ways, there's a lot of room for coal mining still.
Just those two rap. Oh, also My Bloody Valentine.
There you go. That movie literally wouldn't exist. I mean, it's about a miner.
Mm-hmm. A miner?
I was going to say, it is a literal miner. Like an MIN ER. And it should have been an MINER.
Those are two words that should not be pronounced the same. Like it should be minor and minor.
Minor.
Yeah.
Hi, I'm a minor. My name is Lenore.
My name is Eleanor the Minor.
And I'm here to sell you a menorah. She's Jewish. I'm Jewish in this context, everybody. Hello.
Oh, I've missed you, bud.
Me too. I know it sucks because I don't have any friends over here. I'm laughing.
I don't have any friends here.
Perfect. If this is adulthood, you can take it back, God. Take it back, buddy.
He's too busy putting a fly on Pence's head.
That was I don't know.
So I'll tell you this. I had a joke I was going to put out this morning because I didn't want to do it last night because I had watched it in a delay. So the joke, it would have been buried. But the joke I had, there's a comedian named Sarah Talamash, and she's married to Joe List. You know Joe List?
I feel like it.
Tuesdays with Stories. You're a podcast.
Oh, yeah. Joe List. Yeah.
But yeah, so I follow her, but Jackie, I come out of the shower, and then Jackie's like, I got bad news for you. That joke. Sarah Talamash tweeted something very similar. I'm like, motherfucker. So it's like I can't do the joke, but I'll tell you, the joke I had was the only way to make this event better is to have another fly join that fly. Those flies fuck. And then Pence argues they have to carry the larva to full term.
Just chilling in his hair.
That was fun. That was good.
It was good. I have nothing to say. They deserve all the hilarity that will ensue, hopefully. Comeuppances, yeah.
Hey, bud.
I mean, yeah. Hi.
We're doing Batman this season.
We're doing Batman. Did you know that Adam West died?
A while ago.
Long time ago. Almost not even applicable to this moment, to be honest. And that's fine, because we're talking about Batman Returns, so it all evens out. We left off with Batman, first one, which is just called Batman, not : first one, which I don't know if I made it sound like that. It's funny how much of a huge improvement Batman Returns is upon the first one.
I watched Batman Returns for this episode, and let me tell you, you are 100% correct. That movie is a near masterpiece.
It's crazy. I used to dislike it a little bit, not a lot. Because I grew up with this movie, and that was like the Batman movie we always watched, basically, because that was like the only one we had on VHS for the longest time until I got Batman Forever in the late 90s, probably.
Yeah, I think we had Batman Returns, and then later we got Batman, after I had already had Batman Forever.
Batman, the first one, I never owned on VHS to my recollection.
Interesting. I had all four.
Yeah, it is interesting because we had Returns, which was missing the cover for some reason. I don't know how we ended up with it either because I was too young to remember the purchasing of it. So my parents had to have done it.
You had the side flaps, the back, the top and no bottom, and then no.
I mean, like there was no cover at all. It was the tape itself.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay. I was going to say
those situations.
At that point, throw it in the trash can.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, well, it was. I don't know if this has anything to do with it. Hey, time out. Here's an Amazon Prime van. Can you guys see it? Is it there?
We see Biden Harris.
Oh shit! I'm not trying to get overtly political. Hold a moment.
No, I don't see.
Oh, that's a van.
Oh,
and I can't. It doesn't matter. You know what? Who cares? Because
you're cutting out every time you move it.
Are you serious?
Yes.
You froze. You straight up froze.
Well, you're a gray screen right now.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I switched to gallery view. There you are.
Sorry, it's just funny because like I'm plugged in with my Ethernet, and even just the jostling is enough to lose signal.
You'll catch up.
The signal's beamed into the computer. You don't. It doesn't have to. I should be able to. It doesn't. So here's the thing about VHS covers when you're 3 years old in the 90s and you're dumb because you're 3. It is the 90s and everyone was dumb in the 90s. Very naive. And I got a videotape for my birthday, and it was some kind of space children's program, animated, fake. What was it called? Star. That's a movie. I'll think of it later, and I will get you the theme music, and we'll play it right here, right now. That's what it was. What a burst of nostalgia. And if you didn't find it and I didn't find it, then we didn't listen to anything and I sounded like an idiot. But what happens is you open up the present, that's a VHS tape, and then you rip the VHS cover as well because you think that's part of the wrapping.
So you ripped it, and that was the reason that it's gone.
I don't know officially. I'm just saying that's a theory. I don't remember. But it could have happened that way.
I do think my favorite VHS tape of all time is the Lost World Jurassic Park, where you could pull that thing out and then put it back in. But it was like, if you pulled it out, it was the logo of the movie. But then if you put it back in, then it's the T-Rex like roaring, and you could it's like breaking through the logo, and you can move it. And
there was like a 3D image where you would turn it and it would.
Yeah, it was the logo. And then if you turned it, it would be the T-Rex busting through the logo.
Heck yeah, I remember that. That was a good one. I feel like they did something like that with the Independence Day cover, but I might also just be misremembering that. I
think they did, and it was like the beam going into like just the White House, and then the beam going into the White House, and it explodes. It was always you had 3 options. So it was like, here's regular, here's in the middle, and then here's the end result, baby.
Ooh, yeah. Which is crazy to think that they're openly advertising like an exploding White House on the cover. Like, ooh, that's so cool.
They should remake it now and then just not do anything when the aliens come.
Dude, I keep reading like people's comments about current global society in some cases. But just the idea that if in a zombie movie, there's always somebody who gets bitten and then never tells anybody else, and it ends up becoming an issue later on. And it's like, oh, that's happening everywhere all the time. That's the norm.
I saw a meme someone made where it's like a picture of Trump heaving with his breath at the front of the White House. And then it was like, it said that. It was just like when you get bit by a zombie and you're hiding it from your friends.
Panic attack style. Oh. So yeah, I mean,
Batman Returns.
VHS tapes, man, they look horrible now, but they have such an oddly endearing quality to them. I wonder if that must be a thing that will pass other generations by.
Mm-hmm.
Like once like 100 years passes, no one will have any like nostalgic desire to revisit those movies, I don't think. And they'll just be lost to time, all the movies that were only released on VHS.
It's so strange because there's no, I mean, there's the classics like, Saving Private Ryan. That was on everything. That was VHS, DVD, all that stuff. But
oh yeah.
But then there's movie like Michael. Is that on DVD?
I don't know actually. I don't think it is. It might be. But I mean, there are so many examples. Like what about like random 80s movies that I've never heard of that have come out or you've never heard of?
Yeah.
I've undertaken.
I do want to say this though. There are like small budget movies that it's obvious though. Like they didn't even get on DVD.
Yeah.
They didn't get on VHS even. But you mean the big budgets, not big budget, but like studio movies. Like Michael is a movie with John Travolta where he plays an angel on Earth. And it's like, we had that on VHS. People saw it, and it just didn't get put on DVD.
No traction.
Blows my mind.
I'm sure it is, though. I mean, I'm sure it's got to be.
Let's check.
It's like, it reminds me of My Fellow Americans. Hey, speaking of...
I was going to bring this up.
Oh, please, you go first.
Michael is on DVD, $9.99 at Target.
Not worth it.
No.
Not even... I got it for like 10 cents on VHS. Much better quality and everything.
But like you said, My Fellow Americans is only full screen. And
isn't that weird?
That it's so strange because it's like they took a VHS transfer, which was strictly full screen, except for some like re-releases. Like anything Lucasfilm attributed, he would make.
I remember I had a Jaws
VHS.
one.
Yeah. so Spielberg and Lucas, they made widescreen VHSs.
Mhm.
But the interesting thing is that My Fellow Americans was like, it wasn't critically panned, I don't think. I remember it being very funny.
I remember enjoying it. That was randomly on the household a lot.
Yep.
So
we had it.
There are a couple movies that are released strictly full screen. Another random one that comes to mind is The Great Santini with Robert Duvall.
When was it made?
Came out like 79 or so, somewhere around there.
That's weird.
And yeah, it was, I mean, it's a famous movie. He was nominated for Best Actor. Like, I read the book. The book is great. It was based on the book first. And I saw it at a Goodwill. And you know it's full screen because it's always the cardboard boxes with that plastic snap flap thing.
Yeah.
Those are the ones that randomly are full screen all the time. I don't know why.
Some of them aren't. And it's weird
Some
how
aren't. That's true.
It's so weird how some are and some aren't. Like, I have two John Grisham. I have A Time to Kill and The Pelican Brief. And those are, I think both are like flippies.
Right.
Remember
Flips.
DVD
Just like
flippies?
Under Siege 2.
Yeah.
Maybe one also.
I can't remember if two.
For sure, 2.
It's so funny because like those were the flippies where it was like half the movie's on one side and then half is on the other, and you have to flip it halfway through the movie, and it's so weird to do that. But those are both widescreen, and it's this weird thing too where there's some DVDs where like one side is full screen and then the other side is widescreen DVDs.
Well, that's what I thought you were talking about with the flippy, because I know Gone with the Wind, you literally had to switch halfway through to watch the second half because it's such a long movie. Also, it was only filmed in one aspect ratio, so there's no way to do anything with it. But like A Time to Kill, I mean, unless that, I guess I haven't seen that one on DVD. I can't speak to that one. But like Under Siege 2, you just throw that bad boy in, and then if you want to watch full screen right afterwards, flip that baby right. I don't know why you would want to do that. Why would you subject yourself to that?
Yeah, I know Pelican Brief is so long that it's a flippy, like, I'm just going to call them flippies now. But
Flippies,
I know.
I like it. It's like a floppy.
Yeah, flippy. And also technology from that era.
Right? Floppy. I miss floppies. Those are fun. How did those hold any data? They're all plastic.
I always have a floppy. Dick. So
I gotcha. No, it's a floppy disk. You missed the S.
Floppy dicks.
There you go. Now you're getting it.
Yeah, I got it.
Got to hold as many floppy dicks on you as possible.
I do know Pelican Brief though is so long that one side of the movie, or one side of the disc is one half of the movie and then the other half is.
This is
I guess
because it is a longer one. So is A Time to Kill.
I think Pelican Brief might be like 3 hours. There's like a certain amount back then that you could only fit. Dude, if I had, Jackie and I are in the process of moving, so I packed up all my DVDs and Blu-rays. That's why there's not a big thing behind me.
Right.
But I have it. I would.
Look at our rooms. They're similar.
Mm-hmm. I wish we were in the same room, bud.
I do too, and then we could infect each other with we'd have COVID parties.
No,
remember
we wouldn't.
That was so fun. I have to say, can I just quick interjection? The fact I feel like people got
Hi, Kevin.
Hey, that's a really cool mask. I like it. Me gusta mucho. You kind of look like a reverse Batman. But like people were like not caring about COVID for a while, and then
I look like the Lone Ranger.
You actually look now like Daredevil from the Netflix show.
Paint it red.
That was the song they played at the Wealthy Street Theater.
Oh.
Do you remember that? No, it was Paint It Black. Did you say Paint It Red or Paint It Black?
Paint it.
My favorite Rolling Stone song, Paint It Red.
Oh, God.
The song is Paint It Black.
It is. You're illustrating he's foolish, and I like it. But they played that at the Wealthy Theater. I remember that place. They had movies every Tuesday. I would go there all the time. I wanted to take a date there to go see Friday the 13th and the original one, and she said, I don't do scary movies. But she said it with kind of like a laugh, like, oh, I don't do scary movies. But I thought it was like, oh, she's joking. It's like not scary at all. And she's like, no, I'm really not going. And we had gotten there already. I think it was a miscommunication. Obviously, I participated in this miscommunication, but it was still like, are you serious? Like, come on, this
Yeah,
is like a thing people do.
You definitely believe that she was kidding. And that actually, I mean, it's such a weird thing. Like, I know we're getting off on a tangent, but it's the Kerrit presents Something Serial.
Exactly.
So for me, I mean, you know, Jackie doesn't really like scary movies, but she grew up Catholic in the Philippines. So mostly for her, it's like possessions or haunted houses and demons and stuff like that, because it's so ingrained in the culture.
Oh,
but if we watch, like, I mean, we could watch Scream at some point, hopefully.
Mm-hmm.
But
well, that was a good one. But like, I mean, Friday the 13th, I don't know. I don't know. Whatever.
It's not scary. It's not scary.
People don't like certain kinds of movies. I can't force them to. I can't.
Mm-hmm.
I can't do it. I can't do it. I can't do a lot of things. I mean, a lot of people can't do a lot of things. Tom Cruise can do a lot of things. He's filming Mission Impossible 7. And he's riding around on top of the Orient Express. So he's doing a lot of things.
Holy shit. Hey,
Yes.
Really quick. I had my microphone plugged in before my computer turned on because I had to restart it. So I'm not using that microphone right now. So my audio is shit. Let's go take an anchor ad and we'll come back and talk about Batman Returns.
And cut. And I can't believe you can do that Tim Curry thing with your eyes. It was like, what the hell is that? Oh my God.
Can you do that? You can't do that?
No, I can't do anything with my eyes. Can you cross your eyes?
No.
You realize they're going in different directions, right?
Yeah, they're going up like that.
That's amazing.
I do have some form of astigmatism, I think, though, because like if I do this, I can see two of things, but then if I do this, I don't.
Ooh.
You know what I mean? If I hold
Have
a
you had
pen,
an eye doctor examination within a while?
no.
Interesting.
This has been forever, though. I remember telling people about this in school, like teachers, and they're like, "You're crazy. That's not possible." And I'm like,
What?
I don't know
It's
what to fucking tell you.
I literally have astigmatism.
"Oh, you do?
Yeah, it sucks because
When you're
I
driving,
honestly-
do you see like the lines on lights?"
it's more up close stuff. So if I'm reading, it's an issue because at a certain point, like depending on where I'm looking, like it's what you said. It's a split screen basically, and so my eyes just keep going back and forth into like what's dominant when that's not how it's supposed to be. And I was doing eye exercises years ago. You could do eye exercises, but I gave up and I'm like, you know what? I think it'd be fun to be one of those old people whose eyes just always go different directions. So I'm just going to focus on one while I'm reading. And
Kevin, what are you talking about?
Oh, that's the old you. Yes, I don't know.
Get off my lawn!
He's
City Street.
Dad. He's not on the lawn. He's an Amazon man going by.
God,
He's
that's
in the
what
street.
the future's gonna. I don't want to. Oh my God, the future.
know.
Fucking so lame. Okay.
Another thing I think I have a slight. Oh, you took your head. I have a slight version of dyslexia, which I didn't.
Fun.
Yeah, if I stare at a word for too long, it starts to look misspelled. Have you ever heard of that?
Dyslexia? Yeah, Tom Cruise has it. My old friend, we just talked about him. He can do a lot of things. He overcame his dyslexia as well as riding on top of a train.
No, I was trying to make a joke about Orient Express there, but so am I on the Asian Express?
Murder at Asian Express.
No, that's Train to Busan.
What'd you say?
I said no, that's Train to Busan. It's pretty good. We have not lost our humor. That's great.
I still haven't seen that movie. I just have no interest. Zombie movies don't play it out for me. They put Alive on Netflix, and like everyone's talking about it, and it was really cool to see a brand new movie that I had heard about that was getting good reviews on Netflix, because that rarely happens. Although Hubie Halloween came out with Adam Sandler, very excited about that one. But like
Extraction was great.
Extraction was like solid. That came out like 2 months ago, though.
Yeah,
too. I mean, like
true.
their content is
Very rare.
It is. I read an article about this. Netflix's model for creating content is literally just like comfort food. Like throw it on in the background. Here's the new Adam Sandler movie. Like you don't actually have to watch it. You can just throw it on somewhere.
It's the same as like streaming. Like now in music, literally Spotify people being interviewed for Spotify have said, making music now isn't about just making an album and sitting back for 2 years. It's about continually creating content so you engage your fans. And it's like, so you can sacrifice it being good just to put something out there. It's very strange, but
it's weird.
You want to have as many, streams as possible. And it's
dumb.
Fucking dumb.
I hate it. I hate it. Anyways, I am looking forward to Hubie Halloween. I kind of am curious what his name is short for. My guess is Hubert.
Yeah.
But I also think it's kind of weird because nobody's name is Hubert except for Hubert Humphrey, who's from Minnesota, who's buried less than like a half mile from where I live. No lie. That's a true story.
Now, here's a question. The only reason that you know who that is because he's buried half a mile from where you live?
It's like the biggest cemetery around, and it's in Minneapolis, and he's the vice president, and everyone tells me about him. I don't know anything about him. I'm assuming he's a vice president, and I'm assuming he shares a last name with a famous actor, which is Humphrey Bogart. He shares a first or last name with a first name of a famous actor.
So they're not related.
No, not at all. And I think, his name is Hubert. And Hubert is a lot like Burt Reynolds. So I'm wondering if there's a connection there. I'm not sure. Am I getting close to who this guy is? I
don't know. I'm Tom Cruise, and I thought his name was Haybert.
Oh, you poor guy. You go conquer that. Is it a disease? No, it's an affliction.
It's an addendum. It's not.
Ooh, fun.
My form of dyslexia, though, is like, so let's say I'm looking at the word stop, right? I keep staring at the word stop. S-T-O-P. I know how it's spelled. I know it's right. But if I keep staring at it, I start to think that it's misspelled. Not even that I typed it or wrote it. It's like I could be staring at a stop sign, and it just starts to look wrong. You know what I mean? That's my thing.
See, I know... I don't know what this is called, but that happens to me when I'm writing an email. Or if I'm writing anything. I'll write a sentence or two out, and depending on my mood, I'll look at it over and over again. And I do think this is probably normal for some people who are just like kind of anal about how their message comes across.
Yeah.
But I'm also just like, what the fuck am I trying to say? Like, why?
Do you mean word structure or the word itself?
No, like, words like grammatically, the structure of the sentence and the order of the words and the way that you can, like, you can make one word the action word, or you can make it like the subject. I guess that's kind of a weird way to put it. I don't think that put it the right way, but it'd be like me saying like, "Hey, I'm forwarding you this email from this property manager." Or I could say, a property manager followed up with me with an email that I am now sending to you. Like, you know how there's so many ways you can convey something. It just fucking fucks with me when I don't have coffee or any food in my tummy.
I think that's just more of you being, like, anal about it. So, because if you take a second and just go, do I want something crammed in my ass right now? You'll have your answer.
Crammed.
And then you go, or do I want it rammed? What word?
What am I looking for here? What's the right word that would just relay this information?
Inserted? and then I walk in, I'm like, does crammed have 2 M's? Does it have 2 M's or 3?
Oh, dude. Cram it up your cram hole.
I tried out for that movie, but they cut me because I said doji ball. It's Tom Cruise again hopping in here.
That poor guy. He rebounded with Tropic Thunder, though.
Hey, that's a basketball term.
Yes. It is? Rebound is. It's also
Yeah.
a Martin Lawrence movie. Wow, look at all this free association going on. I like it.
Look at all this-
NBA Finals going on right now.
Look at all this not Batman Forever talk.
I know, it's Batman Returns. you said cram it up. Like, I don't even know where I was going with that. I fucking this.
It's words and letters, and
Right.
mine is like a specific word, but yours is like the sentence structure.
It's the sentence, and I just was gonna say super quick, and we could jump right back into some asshole. If I feel like okay, did you just hold your breath and dive in?
That was me jumping into an asshole.
Just like Tom Cruise does in Mission Impossible Rogue Nation, kind of.
Oh yeah,
Breath for 7 minutes, and then he goes into a giant hole in the middle of a. Anyway,
he does.
I feel like smoking and like the blast of nicotine against the nerves in your brain and body would be a huge help in discerning sentence structure. And obviously, this is not at my disposal.
Well, you just smoke and you would feel like an author. I feel like
That too.
I feel like that's a thing where it's just like, how do I want to do this? Cram.
Cram is a very funny word. I become Nick Nolte when I write. Well, I think that cram is a really funny word there.
He was also in Tropic Thunder.
He was. Dude, what happened to his voice before we do Batman?
Dude, it's so interesting because it's like, was he known as a smoker?
I don't know. I'm watching Cape Fear on Netflix last night. He talks normally. He's like in like 25 years later, he's in Warrior, and he's nominated for an Oscar for playing the Burgess Meredith role in Rocky or the Sylvester Stallone role in Creed.
Yep.
And he fucking literally sounds. And then that's what he's known as too. I mean, he's in The Mandalorian. Like, he was definitely cast because he has such a recognizable voice. And I don't know when his voice became the recognizable feature of Nick Nolte. I always thought Nick Nolte was recognizable because of his name. It's hilarious. It's Nick Nolte. And then it became slowly as he got older. I'm assuming maybe Hulk years. He does that drunk driving thing, gets caught with the Hawaiian shirt and the wild hair.
Yeah.
And he's like, I gotta transition my career. I am now known for my smoker's voice.
Like, what if he's like, I gotta reinvent myself. Can someone buy me a carton of cigarettes?
Oh boy, Ang Lee, don't cut me from your movie. Keep me in. I swear to God, the next 2 decades you won't even recognize me.
Nick Nolte, I was gonna say, wasn't he in a movie called like Nothing But Trouble? No, that's not it. What is it?
Yeah, that's Dan Aykroyd.
For the Love of Trouble. Hold on.
Nick Nolte. He was in 48 Hours.
No, hold on. I'll figure it out. I'm typing. Fuck, I spelled Nolte wrong. I'm kidding. I love Trouble. It was with Julia Roberts. They play like, I think they're like love interests or something.
Yeah, they're reporters or some such nonsense, right?
Yeah, is that another movie that was only full screen? I feel like that's a movie that honestly, we owned. But,
such a random movie, but yes, I think that sounds like it could have been.
Like we owned it, but who the fuck would watch this movie?
I know, right? Well, it's because it has Julia Roberts and Nick Nolte.
It was on Laserdisc. It's on DVD. But I don't understand. Like, the cover is so bad. I'm going to put a picture up for the YouTube people, but
I don't get... I just don't get... Like, how did I not know about Laserdisc?
I didn't know about it until much later.
I learned about it watching Black Sheep with Chris Farley. Gary Busey, who is kind of like Nick Nolte, says, "You like this movie? I got it on Laserdisc." And I was like 5, and I was like, "What the fuck is that?"
And then your parents are like, "It's this."
Yeah, no, they probably were more like, "Shut up." No, they didn't do that to me. They didn't do that to me. Last thing about DVD features, okay? I know we keep this is turning into a Kerrit episode, honestly, and I'm really not meaning for it to.
I mean, we can talk about Batman Returns next week.
No, let's talk about it in 5 minutes. So I am currently going through my movie bucket list that has 100 movies on it. I didn't write it out. I think I've discussed it on the podcast before.
Mm-hmm.
It's just 100 movies you're supposed to see before you die. I don't know who curated this list. I'd like to have a word with them. I'm not sure how Gangs of New York is on there, but Goodfellas is not. Like, that doesn't make any sense to me.
Sacrilege.
But one of the movies on there is Reservoir Dogs, which, I mean, I can see why it's on there. I'm not going to say I don't think it should be, but, like, there's a lot of movies out there. I don't know. Anyway,
but
love Reservoir Dogs.
It should be Pulp Fiction, though, shouldn't it?
Well, Pulp Fiction is on there already. I guess the reason I say this is because I want to have a taste of each director. I get why certain directors have more than one movie. Spielberg has like 6 movies on it, for example. Scorsese only has 2, which is kind of lame.
What the fuck? Is it because it's like more family oriented?
It's not. That's what's weird. It actually has like several like Bollywood movies. I would have completely forgotten about Bollywood if it weren't for the poster. So there were some things that actually nailed because I wouldn't have watched those movies otherwise.
I really want to start watching Bollywood movies because
they're fantastic.
Like, I think I've sent you a couple of the Corridor Crew videos, but they talk about Bollywood, and it's just like, this is the most exciting cinema of all time.
It's really... we had a Bollywood kick there for a while where we just watched all of them in a row because we were like so taken with them. I mean, they're just fun to watch, and so I like, again, like, the list is really good with that stuff, and then other stuff it's like such obvious misses. I'm like, how did you miss this?
Do they have a part 2 coming? Like 100 more movies to watch?
Honestly, that's a good idea. I mean, I'd like to know which company put this out and then look into their products and see if there's another version of it or something. I just want to know more. So I'm gonna have to look into that, and I will update you guys when we come back next week for Batman Forever. But
no, Batman Returns Part 2.
Right, both of them, and Batman Forever Part 1 apparently.
Yeah,
because it's gonna be fucked. Watching Reservoir Dogs. It's a DVD. I got my brand new TV. Let's be honest, the transfer isn't amazing. It's workable. I'll watch it. But the main issue is the sound. The sound is really bad. So I am, and we usually watch movies with subtitles anyway because it's easier for Heather.
What constitutes bad sound?
So
music louder than the dialogue?
It's almost like there's, I'm kind of... no matter how high up you turn it, their voices just have a muffled sound. It's almost like behind the audio, there's a sound, like a...
Oh, it's not tinny, but it feels like their voices are wrapped in like
cotton,
aluminum or something,
it's
like
weird.
tinfoil.
And I don't know. It's the 10th anniversary edition of the movie. It's when they released Reservoir Dogs with separate character faces on each box. And so, anyway, that's just a side note. But I tried to find the subtitles, and they only have Spanish. It literally is only Spanish. But if you look on the back,
it says English.
It says Spanish subtitles with English closed captioning, which is essentially the same thing.
Oh, no.
Unless you're talking about mail-in ballots versus fucking absentee ballots, in which case it's the biggest difference in the world. But, like...
oh, God, that's so funny.
It's so true. But I just don't know what happened because... it's a 10th anniversary edition. It's not like it's some fucking whatever the fuck. And almost every DVD that I can imagine that has any sort of release, it's been released. Like, there's gonna be subtitles. That's what one of the features is on DVDs.
Yeah, that's a 2-disc, isn't it?
It is.
Yeah, that blows my mind.
It's crazy. It blew my mind. I mean, it did, because you very rarely come across this. I've come across it before, and I don't have any examples, but I swear this has happened before. I'm like, how the fuck? Like, you fucking said you did. And you don't. It's like Total Recall. If you put in the Total Recall DVD that was released like 10 years ago as a special edition DVD, it'll give Arnold's filmography. And in that filmography, it'll say True Lies 2002 or something like that. Because, like, True Lies 2, 2002. So, like, they were planning a sequel. And it was so far along in pre-production that they're like, we're going to throw this right into the filmography.
Yeah. Interesting.
Yeah. Huh. I will screenshot that and you can put it in the YouTube video.
Do it. There it is. So we'll do we'll do Batman Returns next week.
No, we can keep going.
What?
So
it's almost an hour this episode.
Holy fuck, it is. I didn't realize that. Okay.
Well, I think set 6:15 around.
Well, we started like 5:20. I want to say though we started.
Okay. So
yeah, somewhere around there.
Well, we'll do Batman Returns next week. I'm kidding.
Do you want to dip into it at all? We can try to knock it out in 20 minutes.
Let's start talking about it for sure.
Okay. Batman Returns.
That's all the time we have.
It focuses on the villains more than Batman. And when I rewatched it as a young adult, so I'd grown up watching it as a kid, loved it because you don't watch anything else and you just watch random things and love those random things. Mm-hmm. Like I love The Love Bug. It's the greatest movie about a Volkswagen ever.
Cats Don't Dance. Did you ever watch that?
I've heard of it. All Dogs Go to Heaven.
I never watched that. I watched Cats Don't Dance. I remember loving that movie.
Do they dance?
In the movie, of course they do.
Well, that's a lie.
Whatever. We're just watch it.
How about Rockadoodle?
Never heard of it.
Interesting. I used to call it something else.
Cockadoodle Dandy.
No, it's Yankee Doodle Dandy with Jimmy Cagney. Okay. Wait, what? It's so smelly in here.
It smells like shit.
Hey! Jackie came in.
Oh, nice. Heather came in, too.
Aw.
She's over there, though.
Okay, well, now we're going to hand this show off to our girlfriends.
Can you imagine? I would watch that show.
Dude, that sounds hilarious.
That'd be a great show.
The Kerrit presents
the
significant others.
Well, hang on. Her name's Jackie, Heather, Jether, Hacky. Hacky! This is so hacky.
The Hacky Podcast, but it's spelled HACQUI.
And then it's just cracking bad jokes back and forth. And then you can put Don Rickles in the middle who's moderating, even though he died. And he wouldn't have done it if he was alive. We'll just
oh, shit.
Take my wife, please. And then
that's
Jackie
not
can be like, fuck you! And then Heather can be like, what is that?
She just came in. Here, is Heather still in there?
No, I don't know where she is.
What's up?
Marvel needs your help.
Oh, no. Apparently
What?
my neighbor needs my help.
Oh, okay. Well, we could...
She got locked out of her apartment.
How can I
Ooh,
help
this
her?
is new developing news, everybody.
We don't have a flathead screwdriver.
Okay.
We have
don't?
a credit card.
That does not work. You could use like a dime.
I mean...
Can I show this to her and see if this might help?
Yeah.
If she wants to work with it.
That's
Okay.
fine. Sorry.
Sorry.
It's okay.
They're locked.
Cut all of this. I'm kidding. It's all staying in. Are you kidding?
I don't care. No skin off my teeth / nose.
No, the neighbors got locked out, but I can't. I don't have a key to their place. I can't help them, but they want a screwdriver, and we don't have a flathead. We only
Sounds
have
dangerous. How come you don't have a flathead? You should have a flathead. They come in handy so easily.
Well, I haven't locked myself out of my house.
Well, what if you do you have a rock nearby?
Jesus.
What?
Well, just let's pause. No other ad, but here, you'll listen to a Barn song. Do you have time?
Yeah, I don't care.
Okay.
I'll look
All
at
right.
fantasy football. I got to make some moves.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna. We'll pause.
Bye. Good luck.
Fuck. hello. Hi. I'm so sorry.
Yes, me as well. How did everything go?
Oh, it's fine. She just had to borrow a screwdriver.
Did they get in?
Yes, they did.
Really? Did it
Yeah.
feel like you were doing something illegal?
No, it's their place.
Oh, but they didn't break anything?
I don't think so. I don't know how she did it, but she did it.
I have a weird issue. I just realized. I can't sign into my Venmo.
Oh,
I don't
no.
have my phone number there to recover anything. So I'm just... Because they send you like a text message with your code so you can log in, but I never provided a phone number to Venmo.
So what's
Not thinking anything of it.
So what? They don't have a number to give it to. So don't they have like another option, like an email?
They don't... I can't click on anything. It's crazy.
Can you do like forgot password and you just have to reset it?
I don't know. Oh my god, this is the craziest thing, I swear, because I have it downloaded on my phone, but it wasn't updating. So for like a week, it wouldn't work. And it was like, okay. And now I'm in again. So actually everything is averted.
Yay!
I'll figure
Now
this
put
out
a
later.
fucking phone number in
I
there.
will. In fact, I'm going to do it right now, everybody.
616.
Edit profile. Shut up. Change phone number. Wow, this is actually way easier than I thought it was going to be. So I'm happy you were able to... The phone number you entered is already associated with your account. You fucking lie. You lie.
Oh, man.
I guess I'm never using Venmo ever again because I don't know what to do here. Anyway, great. Well, this is wonderful. I really am very, very happy with everything. So back to things.
Yes.
Back to things. How long is this episode so far?
I have no idea. We're almost at an hour.
Okay, we're going to cut probably, let's say, 10 minutes out, 8 minutes out.
I don't know
5 to 6
what we'd
minutes
cut,
out.
though.
Well, the long pause at the end there, and then...
Well, obviously. That was 3 minutes, 4 minutes.
Right.
I'll figure it out when I'm editing.
Great. Well, can we let's jump into one last thing and then we'll end it for the day. Is that cool with you?
I told you we'll do Batman Returns next.
We'll just do Batman Returns next week, Seer. Sorry, I couldn't quite hear you. Could you please repeat what you said? Technology's the worst. I've been using my phone and I say, like, hey, like, play this on Netflix. And they go, what? And I'm like,
They have
just
no
take me
idea.
to Netflix. I'll do it. It's fine. I don't know why I thought I had my own personal, like, Android data chilling.
Well,
Like, yes, I can help you, sir.
It's funny. I changed mine to Jeeves, and he knows everything, so we're good
He's
there.
still around?
Hey, Jeeves, can you tell Kevin to talk about Batman Returns? Yes, of course I can. Hey, Kevin, talk...
You got me. I thought it was going to work. Is this...
No, that site is...
Damn it. You fucking... Why you do this to me? It's ask.com now.
Yeah, it's ask.com, which
Well,
sucks.
where's Jeeves? Where is...
Is Ask Jeeves dead? Oh, Jesus. On February 27, 2006, having suffered the loss of many of its users, Ask Jeeves was finally laid to rest. Similarly, on February 26, 2006, Teoma disappeared. It now redirects to the Ask.com search engine. I don't
What's
know
Teoma?
What is Teoma?
Is that like the Bing equivalent?
I guess. AskJeeves.net. It's Google. It's just a Google extension. So now Google apparently owns Ask Jeeves.
Lame.
So dumb. Well, anyway, I probably just got a virus for looking at that.
I'm going to look up an image of Jeeves. Oh, he looks just like himself. This would be a fun tattoo to get.
You know who he reminds me of? Alfred from
He does.
Batman.
From Batman.
Batman
All right.
Returns.
We're going to knock this out real quick. Batman Returns. Great movie. Better than Batman 1. Tim Burton at his finest. Feels like an opera. Amazing film score with lots of diversity to the same theme, and they switch it around, and it's very, very unique for each scene and character. It's fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
Costumes look better all around. Makeup
Yeah.
looks better all around. Production design looks better all around. Looks completely kind of different in a weird way because they're going for more of a German Gothic expressionism thing versus more of a film noir-y thing. Cinematography better. I said that already. Batman is a better character. The dialogue is better. There's a scene where every scene he has with Catwoman is full of innuendo, but it's not cheesy like Batman and Robin. It's fun like His Girl Friday or another movie with Cary Grant.
The Philadelphia Story. No, he's not in that.
He is.
He is in that. Philadelphia Story.
Yep, Bringing Up Baby.
Bringing Up Baby. That's what I was actually thinking about.
Yep, that's another good one.
Was that your Katharine Hepburn impression?
That's another good one. Wow. Hang on. I'm almost there. How am I doing so far?
You're doing great. Well? It's so funny because everything that you're bringing up, I'm like, yes, I agree, and I know something about the making of the movie. I would throw that in here. But I think the next episode will expound on all these things, and I'll put in clips from the making of, like I did with the last Batman that we talked about.
I think even though this movie doesn't deal with Bruce's parents' murder, it has more heart and soul, and he is tied into the plot better than he was in the first movie.
Agreed.
Even though he's not as directly impacted by the events going on. Even though he does have an emotional connection because he's into Catwoman.
But doesn't that make him a better hero? Because he doesn't really have personal stake in it. I mean, it's just like he cares about the city, and it's the definition of what a, crusader vigilante should be. It's like, there's terror in my city, fuck this, I'm involved.
It's interesting because it doesn't delve into the should he, shouldn't he, like the Christopher Nolan movies do so much.
Yeah.
Which isn't a criticism. I think it's cool because he can just go do his thing. He's just Batman then, whatever. And it's just a given that he's going to try to do the right thing. And I also like that he's, at one point, and spoilers involved for a 28-year-old movie, when he's talking to Catwoman and he realizes who she is, he straight up is like, dude, I'm not going to do anything. Maybe we should go talk about this because I don't want to do anything to you. I don't want you to have to do anything to me because you're cool. We should figure this out. No law or whatever.
Yeah. I think he actually says, like, let's take this outside or let's go outside. We'll put that in right here.
Oh my God. Does this mean we have to start fighting?
Let's go outside.
Yeah. And he says that, and then she's like, are we going to fight? Or something. They even they talk about it. It's great. It's really nice.
They all just heard that. But it's,
exactly. That's what I'm referring to. I'm not referring to the fact that I haven't heard it yet, and I'm trying to explain what I'm anticipating it to sound like in my head.
Yeah, I just watched it, so it is a really great scene. I mean, that movie is... I think I'll get into, actually, I'll say the negative now, and then on the next episode we'll expound on everything. But the negative for me is the... circus music theme that's happening while all these it's in the beginning of the movie, the big box comes into the set, right, the town, and then it explodes, everyone starts jumping out, and the music that's playing, it's obviously their theme. That's what it's not Hans Zimmer, is it?
No,
it's Danny Elfman.
It's classic Danny Elfman.
It is classic Danny Elfman, but it's like he obviously has a theme for each character. There's the Catwoman theme, Batman theme, Penguin theme, all that stuff. And the music that plays for the henchmen or whatever of Penguin as they're shooting up the town and almost brutally killing people.
I think they do.
Yeah, they do.
They must. They've got to, given the tone of this movie.
Yes. The music is like this circus theme, do 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 do, and it sounds like the cantina from Star Wars. It sounds like the Halloween 3 theme for
Gothic Christmas, baby, just like what Batman would want.
It is that, but it takes me out of it, where it's it's such a serious movie, and it's not it's too goofy, and I understand the idea is it's a juxtaposition of it's this happy music in this horribly depressing thing that's happening, but it's it just misses the mark for me music wise in that specific scene.
So interesting because I haven't watched it as recently as you. I watched it about a month ago, I think.
Yeah.
Well, in COVID times, maybe it was 2 months ago. Now that I'm thinking about it,
dude, I've been 29 for 6 months, and so have you.
I know, I hate it. I hate it. I don't want to talk about it. Why are you doing this to me, buddy? We're talking about fun stuff right now, not existential crises things. That's the whole point of this.
Yeah,
I know. Son of a bitch.
Oh no, your Ethernet went out. For the people at home,
I shook the computer in frustration, and he pretended that I fucking lost Ethernet.
It's so funny.
Internet.
It's so funny because the people listening have a completely different experience than the people watching.
I know.
And I genuinely think that they're the same people. I think people listen and go, oh, I guess I have to watch it now.
Yeah, they jump in and they give us like the 5 seconds you need to get a view. I don't know how fucking YouTube works, I should add.
They're like, okay, so at this part of the podcast, I have to go to that part of the video and see what happened.
Dude, we gotta talk about Brandon Hardesty in our next podcast.
I would do that.
Him?
Yeah.
I randomly saw his videos for the first time in a decade, and I was like, holy shit!
Yeah,
this is the OG!
OG YouTube.
Yeah, dude.
Speaking of, you have shit on there. Did you log into that yet and download?
So it's weird. I tried to. I don't know. I tried, and I just feel like I might not be able to get in. I don't know if there's a recovery of it. I thought I was in, but I guess I'm not.
So you can't get into your YouTube.
Well, it's weird because I had it associated with different... Hang on. Just stay here. We're just going to do this right now.
Let's do it right now. Here we go, everybody. History in the making. We have some really great videos up there. The Crucible video, if you want to see that. It's the Crucible Aftermath. Which, dude, I mean, that's got a lot of views and some really nice comments on it.
Yeah, they were really cute. They were into us, and I was into them, and we really had a good time. And I remember saying, what's up to people? And they said, what's up to me? And I was like, don't talk to me. You're probably like a man, and that's fine, but it's just kind of weird at the same time.
Turned out it was Alex's brother. All right.
How do you sign into YouTube?
Oh, Kevin, you just do this.
What'd you do? Oh, you dive into it. I see. Well, the thing is, I can only use my Google account. I can't use my username from Days of Future Past.
It should just be the same. So you can't log it. I think. Hold on. God damn it! I feel like I'm helping an old person.
Well, this is what I mean, though. Is like since YouTube is owned by Google, you can access it with your Gmail, and so when I click sign in, it's just like, "What's your Google name?" And I'm like, "Dude, I don't have one anymore."
Well, so I'm logged in with this.
Let me see if this works here.
Is. I'm just gonna keep talking to keep people interested in this. But
no, just cut all this out, and then we'll tell you everyone the how everything works at the end.
Okay, we can cut it all.
It's just weird because I entered my Hotmail email into the account recovery for Google so that they could send it directly to that one. So that way the emails match up, right?
Yeah.
And so then I got the code, and I put the code in, and they said, we still can't verify this is you. And I'm like, well, it's the same email. Like, it literally says we can't verify Hotmail, this account is yours. I'm like, what are you talking about? I just accessed that email to give you that code you sent me.
I've literally never heard of that happening.
I mean, I know it sounds crazy, but it's just.
Can you hit a thing where you reset your password?
No, because I can't even enter anywhere.
Well,
anyway, this has been the Kerrit Present Serial something, and I'm gonna go get some food and prepare for the Chicago Tampa Bay game.
Well, that sounds fun.
Go Bucks! Fuck the Bears. I kind of like Nick Foles, so even though I kind of like him, so I guess.
Well, Kev, this was fun. We'll do Batman Returns next week.
Yeah, we'll talk more about how it's really good and it's probably the best one, and it has a lot of heart. And I wish they'd continued that arc. And there's a Catwoman spinoff that was going to be made with Michelle Pfeiffer, where she was going to be chilling in a vacation area like the beach, and it was going to be funny because of that. And Tim Burton was obsessed with putting a sequel in a Hawaiian location. That's why he got Beetlejuice 2 written in the early 90s, which would have been Beetlejuice Goes Hawaiian. He thought that was really funny. And then the Catwoman script slowly morphed into the shitty Catwoman with Halle Berry. So
how did that become that? I
know, it got the green light to be made pretty much right before Batman Forever debuted, because Batman Forever was pretty close to Batman Returns. There was only a 3-year turnaround time. But in that amount of time, once Batman Forever took off, they were like, why the fuck would we greenlight Catwoman? Even though we just did, we're going to take it away because this is the new Batman world. So,
well, it doesn't, I mean, you still could have had Michelle Pfeiffer play that same character if Batman's not in it. It's a spin-off. It doesn't make sense.
They fucked it up. I mean, they had a very short-sighted view of how to handle franchises. Nowadays, everything's a different universe. Like, we're bringing Michael Keaton and Ben Affleck back. We're bringing Jamie Foxx back. We're just throwing in whatever fuck we want.
Who's Jamie Foxx going to be?
He's going to be Electro.
In the newest?
Spider-Man 3. Because remember he was Electro in The Amazing Spider-Man 2? He's been hired to play Electro again.
So are they just going to remake that character then?
I don't know. I mean, I know Doctor Strange is going to be in the newest Spider-Man, so there are rumors that he's going to somehow link the universes, so Jamie Foxx's Electro can then jump into this universe, and this has already been put in place by Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, etc., etc. So...
Well, then let's just get Alfred Molina to play Doc Ock, and we'll get, Willem Dafoe to play Green Goblin. Let's bring everyone back.
Dude, let's just put that Spider-Man 4 script into Turnaround like they were going to do in 2011. Like, let's just do it again. Let's ignore everything. Don't even put in more universe stuff. They've already established enough. Get John Malkovich back. You can put him in the Vulture role. You can do Anne Hathaway as the Black Cat, which I believe was the original idea.
It was.
Then she became Catwoman in Dark Knight Rises, which is weirdly coincidental, but I don't know what to make of that.
I forgot she's Catwoman, and I will say that the leather suit of Michelle Pfeiffer looks way better than that pleathery whatever. Not pleather, but it was like spandex, wasn't it? They go back to spandex.
Yeah, it looks pretty good, but they were trying to go for more realistic, I think, too. So like some sort of like skin tight, like thieving outfit was better than a leather jacket that had been cut into pieces and somehow stretched out to cover a whole body.
Yeah, well, maybe
which is fine.
We didn't see. Maybe she had another leather jacket in there.
Yeah, absolutely, no doubt. All right, I am going to go.
Okay, enjoy that game.
Here's everybody. Good luck editing this episode. There's some good stuff, though, so I hope you can do it.
We will. We'll do Batman Returns next week.